Hi there folks, Gareth here from tracyandmatt.co.uk and the Mobile Tech Addict Show, and today I'm having a look at this, the Archos 101 Oxygen. This is one of their premium tablets, as you can tell because they even write it on the packaging. The box does look like it's been around every reviewer in the world and it's been opened already, but it's a first for us, so I'm just going to dig in there and see what's inside. I'm particularly interested in this because of the IPS screen on here and one other collection of features. Okay, so it's the 101 Oxygen. On the back here, it's got a rundown of the specifications of what to expect inside. It runs KitKat. It's got a 10.1 inch capacitive multi-touch screen, IPS display, 1920 by 1200, quad-core ARM Cortex A17 processor at 1.8 gigahertz, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and the standard features you would expect with a 5 megapixel autofocus back camera plus a 2 megapixel front camera, and there's an LED flash on there as well. HDMI output mini sized, and a G sensor. There's a QR code if you want to do anything with that, just to find out more. Bit of blurb, and on the back here we can see some young girls having fun with the tablet, laughing. Some pretty people on the tablet looking pretty. Someone downloading World of Goo, and a rather nice picture. Fast efficient processor, full HD media, web and applications, KitKat. Okay, so let's get into the box and see what there is. Bit of damage there. Right, on this side we have a micro USB cable. We also have a power adapter with a proprietary power connector. Now some people may be going, oh right, but there's a reason. Okay, wait and you see. Okay, UK adapter, European adapter, American. Right, so we're going to be using this. People are going to be shouting and screaming because they want to be able to charge via micro USB, because that's all the connectors they have. Having to take this with you is a pain, but there's extra bump in here too. We have adapter charger to assemble, how to, technical assistance, warranty information, and a quick start guide, which, whilst looking pretty chunky, is printed in every language known to man. Right, the tablet. It's very fingerprinted already. It says Archos at the bottom there. Nothing else along here, and a little camera at the top. Now you'll notice along here there is a black plastic band. There's speakers built into that at either side, small speakers. And I look forward to testing to see just how good they are. Then we've got the camera here plus a sensor here. And there's a screen protector on it already, out of the box. Okay. I can see the cutouts around here, so that's probably either been fitted by maybe the PR company or Archos themselves before leaving the factory. Okay, so let's have a look around the device because things do get exciting. We've got a 3.5mm headphone jack here, nothing else down here. Notice that it's a bit of a wedge type shape, but it's not really because it sort of bows out here. So it's rectangular, it's straight down, it's just a design defect. Not defect, sorry, a design influence or whatever. Right, okay, so along the bottom here we have nothing but a thin line with a bulge. Got some text there that says HDMI, Archos 101, all that kind of caper. This side, nothing aside from a rather attractive power button, which is very reminiscent of Sony products, I guess. That would probably be about the best thing to describe that. And then along the top is where all the business happens. Now look at the amount of ports there. Isn't that exciting? So what do we have? We have a volume rocker here. That proprietary power connector here. We have an HDMI mini. we have a micro USB socket, we have a micro USB on the go socket, a microphone, and a micro SD card slot. Then we've got the cameras on the back here. There is a panel here that looks like it could be for another model which has a 3G modem in it for SIM cards to be able to slot them in, but that's not this. However, it doesn't impact on the top panel here, so that there might be antennas or something under there, who knows. But this is what I'm particularly interested in, because there are... I've broken my nail. Oh no. Oh, look at that, that's dreadful. There are 3 connectors here, essentially. You can power it through there, you can hook it up via USB here, and then you've got a USB on the go, which is a dedicated on the go port for plugging in hard drives and things like that, or flash drives when you're out and about. Then this could technically power a hard drive if you have an external one, maybe. Who knows? This is what I really want to test. I want to find out what these 3 ports are all about, and that's what we're going to do. We might even do it in this video if you're lucky. Right, and we have ink along here to be able to tell you what each one is, which is very handy, because having these 2 sitting together would probably confuse and you'd forget which is which. So nice on Archos for putting it on there. Right, let's power it on and have a look and see what's happening. Okay, so we're in the UK. That's picked up my Wi-Fi already. Let's get that connected. Okay, we do have a Google account. And we're signing in. Archos usually has a few applications that they would install for you or have already on the device, and I'm quite interested to see what those are this time. Restoring. Okay, so it's going to pull down a bunch of applications from Google. I forgot about that part. Okay, so that's me. Third-party applications. Yeah, go for it. Sorry, no application to install. Okay. Right, so here we are setting things up. It looks like a fairly stock affair here, with Android on here. Yeah, there's very little. There's a couple of Archos only applications which you can actually purchase out of the App Store, and I fully recommend, to be honest, the Archos video application and the Archos remote. But other than that, Files is a bit Archosy. Everything seems to be fairly stock. That's quite nice, quite refreshing. Doesn't give me much to talk about, mind you. So let's fire on down here, have a look at the tablet itself. We've got Android 4.4.4 on there. Model number, check for a firmware update, why not? The product is up to date. I don't know if Lollipop is coming to it, but I can't imagine Archos letting go of this tablet just yet, because it's quite nice. It's got a lovely display. You can see there's not too much in the way of pixels available to the naked eye. The closer we get, I'm sure you can start to pick up the pixels there on the Hangouts icon. But yeah, okay, let's have a go with these speakers here. Let's try not to embarrass myself too much by showing off the music that I've been listening to recently. My word, it seems to be going through a bit of a movie collection this time. The sound there was quite good. It's just Google Music is just diabolical when you first open it up. It's like it's got to start downloading everything, the tablet art and all that kind of stuff. Oh, of course. Okay. It's determined to prove that it's a good application. But yeah, certainly the speakers are more than capable of dealing with most people's daily requirements for speakers. Did very well. There was a bit of bass, bit of treble, bit of forward facingness. So it worked quite well. Obviously it is updating a bunch of things in the background, because there's the latest versions of things that this really needs to have on it to get things running spiffily. Archos File Manager, Google Chrome Cloud Print, and probably throwing on a number of the applications that I generally use quite a lot. Whether I like it or not, it's going to play music. Right. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to go and get my OTG cable, and I'm going to hook it up to this and see what we can power off here. I've got a couple of useful little doohickeys just to see what this makes of them and what each of these USB connectors do. Obviously there's people going out there going, well, the OTG cable can obviously do this and that and this and that, but I'm wondering if this is power both ways, perhaps because there's already a dedicated power connector here. So I'm going to go and get together a few bits and pieces and plug them in and see what we can do with this. Okay, so we have the tablet, we have a micro SD card inside an adapter connected to a USB 3.0 drive. And then we have an OTG cable. And I thought this might be worth having a look at as well, because it's micro SD, takes an SD card there, and it takes 3 USB 3 connectors on it. So I could plug this in and see what it does. And finally, we have a mouse, a USB mouse. So we're going to plug this into the OTG one, which is this one here. Because I'm not entirely sure if this cable here is on the go or not. But if I plug that in there, and then plug this in here, we should be able to connect up. Okay, so we are getting a bit of light on the USB drive, and we have a connection access USB file storage system. Okay, so we're going to have a quick go with this mouse. I can't remember if Android plays well with the mouse. It's been a while since I've used a mouse on Android, but I know I have done in the past. I'm pretty sure I have. This is a Dell mouse. We're obviously getting the little laser here. It seems to be working. And it is. There we go. We got a mouse up and running there. Which means we can hook this up to all manner of things. Okay, so that's handy. If we take that out, does it still work if we plug it into the other side? No, it does not. Okay. Alright, next up is media directly from an SD card. See how well that works. So we're going to use this. We're going to see if we can hook it up through this device here. If we push that into our OTG cable, take the SD card, whack it in the bottom there. Okay, so we've got USB files, or storage file service. So if we open up this, we've got an external drive which allows us to view the video that's on there. I do believe this is a video of Mr. Matt Davis himself. Unfortunately, it has stopped working. It's detecting that it's 42 seconds long. The video is actually a MOV. It's from a little camera that we reviewed recently, an action camera. It doesn't seem to play well with the Archos video application, so we'll just close from those things down. We'll go for the native one. Let's go to gallery. Okay, so that works through the there's Tracy. Hi, Tracy. That works through the video player that's on the device, the Android only, or the Android one. So the Archos one just doesn't do very well, although it'll read the thumbnail quite well and pick it out. It just won't play it back. Now, whether that's because it's a MOV or because of the location it's coming from, it makes me think that it's more the location, because it's able to pick out and create a thumbnail for it and read the length of the video. Okay, so what we're going to try this time is we're going to actually try and connect to a phone in a roundabout way. We've got the OTG. And we're going to connect that to this. Okay. So nothing's coming up on the USB. It is charging, however, and that's the OTG port. You can see there's a little charge icon. Lightning going through the battery, obviously. Well, it's there. So the OTG is charging that. However, that's the one that you'd want to be transferring data over. So if we were to plug that into that, we can only hope that charges it, because that would be incredibly useful. That you could almost daisy chain things together, where you have the power going into the proprietary connector, this being able to charge whatever it is that you're connected to, and then the other one dragging data off it. That would be incredibly handy to have it going around like that. However, there is no charge going through that, and there's no particular connection being found, which makes me think that this is merely for charging the tablet itself, which is in itself is quite handy. It means you can, when you're out, you can charge the tablet on typical USB if you haven't brought the power cable with you, and you can use this to hook it up to an external media source or a hard disk to be able to stream stuff from, or a camera or whatever. So I guess it is handy in a roundabout way, but it's still not quite as open as you might like, to give you a tablet that becomes a central hub for everything. And it seems a bit of a missed opportunity, given the extra power adapter that you could have for it, because obviously this would be ideal for charging, and then being able to power things off in a USB hub kind of way to charge various other things, or keep them powered whilst you're utilizing the OTG functionality. Anyway, aside from that, it does seem to be quite a nice tablet. Whilst I had to pause the camera and things like that, I found myself using the tablet like a book, because this area here is actually really comfortable to hold the tablet with, and without impeding the screen. I know on this side there still is a largish bezel on the side there, but you can just, as with all tablets, you can just go over a little bit more than you need to and accidentally hit something, whereas this side, that's almost, it might even be an inch, excuse me, might even be an inch from screen to edge of device, and that's plenty to hold the tablet with. And being able to get your hand around it a bit more gets rid of a lot of the tablet's heft. Also, given that that sound just came out there and given the way I'm holding it, I'm not blocking either of the speakers, and it feels unnatural to hold it in such a way. Well, maybe that way is a wee bit more natural, but it feels unnatural to hold it in such a way that you would block the speakers. So the speakers are very sensibly placed for you to be able to still get some sound without muffling it. But yeah, it's a nicely designed tablet, I'll give it that. Archos have had their ups and downs with tablets and devices over the years, and this year they really seem to have got things together. I'm liking this an awful lot. I'll be interested to see just how long the battery lasts. I haven't charged it, although it is pretty much full at the moment. It's on 87%, so I'll be interested to see just how long the battery actually lasts. But yeah, for more unboxings, check in the future. We'll have a couple of new interesting bits of hardware that we're going to be taking a look at. You can check out the Mobile Tech Addict show on Wednesday evening at about 8:30. We'll have a special guest on to talk about their new product. And other than that, take care. Bye-bye.